Welcome back to the Gobby Gaffer, and well, it's a bit of a tale of woe. Well, no, I didn't set a football ground on fire. This is kind of a little sneak peek of the team that I'm going to be managing. So I'm sure you've all been watching along, and if you haven't, well, you've missed a great save. But at the end of the last episode, I did get sacked as manager of Reading. I'd got them into the Premier League, but wasn't doing very well. It was a bit unexpected because the board they weren't saying you must. It was like, try and avoid relegation. But anyway, I got sacked, and at that point, I was looking for a new job. However, I fired my PC up over the weekend and it booted into the BIOS basically. Tried it a few times, nothing doing. So I thought, oh, what's gone on here? And to be fair, it's not a particularly old hard drive that I was using for my boot drive. Anyway, cut a long story short, the boot drive had failed. It's absolutely dead as a doornail. So anything that was on there, all my editing software, all my Football Manager save files, I basically had to buy a new hard drive and reload everything on. So we've got a fresh start, and to be honest, it's probably not a disaster because I was looking for a new club anyway. So basically, I'm going to do a one club save now, and we're going to try and get this club sorted out, and let's see what we can do with it. Let's see how far we can take it. And of course, there's an indication behind me of who this club is. Do you want to have a guess? I'll get my big head out of the way. And yes, it's Hamburg over in Germany, and those were the scenes at the end of the 2017-2018 season when they got relegated to Bundesliga 2. Hamburg were a founder member of the Bundesliga, and having won the Bundesliga 6 times, the Champions League once, the European Cup Winners' Cup once, and the DFB Pokal 3 times, it was probably a major surprise when at the end of the 2017-18 season, they did actually get relegated. They have had their fair share of financial problems, but currently find themselves stuck in Bundesliga 2, and it's going to be a big job getting them out of there. However, they do have a very nice stadium, the Volkspark Stadion, 57,000 fans cram in there, and well, the atmosphere can be very intimidating. And with a membership of 88,000, I think Hamburg are a sleeping giant, and well, they deserve the Gobby Gaffer magic touch, and let's hope we can do that. The membership scheme, if you don't know about the membership scheme in Germany, basically it's the 50+1 rule. So no one person can have control over the club, unlike in the English league where we get foreign buyers in and they take total control. In Germany, the membership basically hold that 50% membership and +1, so nobody can have overall control of the club and actually do untoward things with it or take the club down financial roads that are not very good for the club. It's quite a good system, I think, but obviously clubs like Bayern Munich have a humongous membership, and obviously their crowds are rolling in every week, and they do have a lot of money behind them, whereas Hamburg actually don't. So anyway, let's have a quick look round Hamburg as we take over the reins of this once mighty club. So as I say, we play at the 57,000 capacity Volkspark Stadion. The squad personality is determined. We are professional, obviously, professional status, 3.5-star reputation, 4-star training facilities, 3.5-star youth facilities. So we'll definitely be having a look through the youth academy and the reserves to see if we've got any young starlets in there. Finances don't look amazing, so to generate some income, I'm maybe going to have to sign some players or look at the like the out of contract players. Bank balance of 11 million, transfer budget fairly negligible at this level, and the wage budget 387,000, and well, we're very nearly spent up on that. We have a total loan debt of 53 million. There's still 34 million of that to pay, and we're paying that off at 875,000 per month. So quite a big chunk, really. Club vision, as you would expect, gain automatic promotion to the Bundesliga. Various managers since 2018 have tried to do that, and they've all failed. Can the Gobby Gaffer do it? Well, we will have to see. Staffing levels look like a bit of a car crash, to be honest. We're allowed 9 coaches, we've only got 4. We've no set piece coach, no head performance analyst. The scouting side, even the board are... I don't know. Have the board... I don't know. Have the board had a hand in this? I'm not sure. We're allowed 6 scouts. We actually have 11, and even the board are complaining about that. So a bit of a car crash. Quite a lot of work to do on the staffing side. Competition this season, Bundesliga 2. We will be looking to try and get out of there at the first attempt. I'm not quite sure whether we'll be able to do it. We will have to have a look at the squad. And obviously the German Cup, the DFB Pokal. So we seem to have a fairly extensive playing squad. This is the first team squad. If we go over to filter, the second team is humongous. And even the under-19s is humongous as well. We have a lot of players to work with. Now, I haven't set a tactic, formation or anything yet. So I've just selected the players by position. I'm not going to go through that at this moment in time because I do need to go away, do a little bit of, well, you know I do like to do a lot of head scratching. So I'm going to go away and have a look at these players, see who is going to fit into a tactic, into a formation. But just selecting them by position, we do seem to have quite a few. We've got 4 wingers on there. Now, whether those wingers can play other positions, I don't know. At the moment, in my other save with Wigan on the FM24 console, if you've not been over there and had a look on that save, Grassroots to Go Boots, then please go over, give me a sub, give me a like. That would be great. It would help that channel out. It's a brand new channel. But back to this one. And I'm kind of... I don't know whether I'm veering away from a winger system in FM24, but we'll have to see. I'll have to have a look at all of that. But actual star rating wise, the squad doesn't seem to be too bad. In fact, if we select it by ability, we've got quite a few players there who are 3-star. So I think we've got the basis of a decent team here. And just having a quick look at the development centre, there do look to be 1 or 2 players in there who have got decent potential. There's quite a few of them, actually. Most times when you come in here at a new club, you've maybe got 2 or 3. But we do seem to have a decent crop of young kids coming through. Okay, I think that's enough as an introduction. I've told you about my woes, my PC failing and all of that kind of thing. Happily, I bought a new hard drive. In fact, I bought 2 hard drives. It's all up and running now. And, well, we'll stay like that and we'll stay healthy because I don't want another failure, particularly in the middle of a save. That would be a bit of a disaster. But as we got sacked by Reading, or as I got sacked by Reading, it's an ideal opportunity, I think, to just start with a brand new club. It's going to be a 1-club save. We're just going to see how far we can get Hamburg. And let's try and get them back to some of those glory days. So like I say, I'm going to go away now, do a little bit of head scratching. Let's try. I'll try and sort out a tactic and a formation that suits the players that we've got, but also see if we can generate a bit of money. I don't know, maybe move the wingers out and bring some more midfield players in, play more through the middle with wing backs. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to go and do it, but I don't want to bore you all to death with all of that. So as soon as there's anything to tell you, I will be back, and hopefully that'll be very shortly. So we'll see you soon. Well, I always seem to make things hard for myself. I always pick teams who either have no money, a rubbish scouting crew. I don't know what it is, but like I say, always seem to make it hard for myself. So the transfer window, it's still open. I've not done a great lot of business. I had two cracking players lined up, a central defender and a left wing back on free transfers, and I just thought, right, they'll be a great addition to the squad. I just clicked the buttons and then left it. And obviously what happened was they both decided, as soon as I kind of clicked the button, the message came up, oh, other clubs are interested. Nobody's been interested in him for 5 years, but as soon as I clicked the button, oh, two other clubs are interested. And of course, they both went elsewhere and didn't come to us. So I lost those two players. Really hard work, Football Manager, sometimes. Okay, let's have a look at the little bit of business I've been able to do. So I've moved quite a few players out. The best one for me was one of the wingers, Jean-Luc Domp, went to Union Berlin for just under 2 million. So some nice money coming in there. Another winger, I think he's called Öztunali, went to Augsburg for 750,000. There's a few gone out on loan, and let's not get into that. Let's go to the interesting part. So basically, two players in. Yanis Hoer from Paderborn, 800,000, and he's a central defender, 6'2", looks okay. He's German, which satisfies the board's requirements. 23 years old, and well, I'll show you the tactic in a second. And the only other player I've been able to get was from Mainz 05 on loan, and it's Nelson Wiper. I think I have used Nelson. It's either Wiper or Viper, I'm not sure. 18-year-old German striker. So again, satisfies the board's requirements. So I have gone for a custom tiki-taka. It was recommended with the players that we had. It was recommended either that or a Gegenpress. I thought, I'll use Gegenpress. Let's use the tiki-taka. It may or may not work. But I've gone for an unusual tactic for me. I don't think I've used this very much in Football Manager. But it's 5 across the back basically, although it's 3 across the back with 2 high wing backs. And they are going to provide the width in the team. So anyway, let's have a look at the team. So we have a sweeper keeper, João Fernandes, Portuguese lad, 30 years old. He's a 3.5 star. It looks to have reasonable stats. We'll see how that goes. Across the back, we have the impressively named Stefan Ambrosius. 24-year-old, again a German lad. It is a requirement of the board to mainly sign German players. So he's a 3.5 star player, 6 foot. He can play that wide centre-back role. So I'm going to play with 2 wide centre-backs and then a ball-playing defender. So that's Stefan Ambrosius. The ball-playing defender is going to be the new lad, Yanis Hoer, 3.5 star. Like I say, 23-year-old. Again, another German lad, 6'2". So, but he can play that ball-playing defender. The other wide centre-back is going to be Guilherme Ramos. Portuguese, 25-year-old, 6'3". I do like the look of this lad. He's got some really good stats, very determined, very brave, quite aggressive, so we're going to have to keep a lid on that one. Don't want him getting too many yellows and red cards, but looks a very good player. The left wing back, I do still need a player for that position. I have put a bid in for somebody. Whether we'll get him, I have no idea. But this is Miro Mulheim, and he's a 25-year-old Swiss lad, and he can get up and down that left-hand side. As you can see here, he can play ordinary defensive left, or he can play that forward role of the wing back. The other side, we've got and we've got some very impressively named players. Ignacy van der Bremt, a 21-year-old Belgian lad. Again, he can get up and down that side, as you can see. He's not the greatest winger in the world, but he knows how to get up and down that wing. So again, I think a very good player for that side. And I do have a couple of right wing backs. So we're trying in the middle, we're trying playing with a DLP, 28-year-old German lad, Jonas Meffert. 3.5 star player. The star rating of the squad is looking very good. So, but he's essentially he's a ball winning midfield player, defensive midfield player. But I'm going to try him as a DLP. He's got good tackling and his vision of 13. So we'll see how he performs. The ball-winning midfield player is going to be a Dutch lad, 23-year-old Ludovic Reis. Again, 3.5, 4-star player, and I think he will do a good job for us. So this is, I've set 2 formations up. This is one with an attacking midfielder, and the other formation is with a defensive midfield player. So this is the attacking one, and obviously we have an attacking midfielder. It's a Dutch lad, and a 22-year-old Emmanuel Farai. And I mean, it's saying he's a winger. Actually, his best positions are through the centre. So I think, again, I think he will do a good job for us. We're going to have to see. It's all, I don't know any of these players. I don't know whether they can play this or not. We shall have to see. And in this formation, we have 2 strikers on. So we have a target forward and 29-year-old Robert Glatzel. He is in the predicted leading scorers list for the season, so I think that even the media are looking at this lad to score a few goals. But 6'4", and again, he's got some very impressive stats. And the advanced forward next to him is a 20-year-old Hungarian, and it's Andras Nemeth. Advanced forward, 2.5 star with the potential to be 4.5. At this moment in time, I don't think he's the greatest player, but we do have Nelson Viper on the bench. We have got a bit of strength in depth, although we do have a lot of injuries. And talking of those injuries, I don't know whether it's a thing in FM24, but very few of the injuries are for like a week. They're all 4, 5 weeks, 4 months, 5 months. I mean, it's a bit bonkers if I'm honest, but we have 6 players on the, in the treatment room, and they are kind of a variety of like 7 weeks here, 2 to 4 months, 8 days to 2 weeks, 3 months, 3 to 4 months. So we've got some, I mean, ridiculously, we have 2 players on loan who were taken on loan before I started, and both of them are injured. I mean, it's bonkers. So last time I looked at the media prediction, we were predicted to finish 3rd. They do seem to be fairly impressed with the little bit of transfer business I've done, and we're now 2nd placed, evens to finish 2nd in the league. We do have a couple of players in the media dream 11. Glatzel, obviously the centre forward. I'm probably expecting him to get injured. You know what football managers like, but we do have a few players in there. I think the other lad is injured at the moment. I'm not too sure. Staffing levels, as you would expect with me, it's one of the very first things I do. I always say this, I always get my staffing levels right. The only thing at the moment that is really off kilter is the scouting, because we should have 6 scouts. We've got 11, and let me tell you, they're not very good. So we do need to. There's quite a few just got a year left on the contract. So when their contracts are up, then they will be going, and we'll try and get back to a more even keel. But as you can see along the bottom here, these bar charts now are all hitting the top. We're the highest in the Bundesliga for virtually everything, medical, recruitment and coaching. We don't have a set-piece coach. I'm doing that myself at the moment. But the best set-piece coach I could get was something like a 13 out of 20 for set pieces. I think we'll wait until a better one comes along. And just before we get stuck into a game, a little look at the finances. We have 12 million in the bank. The wage budget, we are still under by around about, well, 30,000 or thereabouts. So potentially that could bring me another 3 players in. The transfer budget, I did generate a little bit myself, so we've still got 1.6. Oh, and by the way, we do have an offer in for Kevin Schumacher, and he is potentially going to be the cover on that left-hand side. He's nowhere near as good as the one initially that I had signed, but of course he went elsewhere, and we're now down to like picking the bones out basically. So this lad, he's not amazing, but he will just be the backup. And 25-year-old German again satisfies the board requirements. So not an awful lot of transfer business to update you with there. 1 or 2 other little bits and pieces like the finances and the media predictions and all of that kind of thing. But we've had a decent pre-season. We played quite a lot of games, and well, we've won them all. So let's get stuck into 2 games in the league. The first game is against Schalke 04 and, well, 2 games. Can we get 6 points and get ourselves off to a racing start? Let's get stuck in. Okay, welcome to the home dugout for this first game of the season. Like I say, Schalke 04. Let's see how we do. So the team, you've already seen it, and it's Fernandes in goal. The centre-backs, back 3 there of Ambrosius, Hua and Ramos. 2 wing-backs, Moheim and Van der Bremt. The 2 in midfield are Meffert and Rees. We have Farai as the attacking midfielder player, and 2 up front are Glatzel and Nemeth. So we do get a highlight straight from the kick-off, and unfortunately it's not us who has the ball, but you never know, we might nick it and go down the other end and score. So as you would expect, the team talk didn't go down very well. The players don't know me yet, so the the manager approval kind of thing is not great at the moment. But I told the lads to go out there. We've got home advantage. Let's try and do the job. So I have just upped the mentality, and we are going attacking. But a free kick there from Schalke, and that does nothing. It's all Schalke at the moment, though. All the highlights are going their way. I don't really expect us to hit the ground running. Like I say, it's a brand new kind of manager, brand new tactic formation. So I don't expect us to hit the ground running. At the moment, we've had no shots, nothing on target. But we do get a highlight here. Meffert now plays the ball out to this left wing back, and I'm going to have to learn all of the names. Ambrosius now. So we're playing the ball around our back 3, Van der Bremt. Ramos down that side, and Van der Bremt there was just not quick enough to get that ball. Schalke 04 now coming away with it. It is not looking particularly great at the moment. I would have liked us to have hit the ground running, but it's not going to happen. A ball there, if he just turned and slid the ball through, we had a runner there. Didn't see him. Van der Bremt now, though, does slide the ball across. It's in the back of the net. The linesman's flag stays down, and it looks like I have my first goal as Hamburg manager, and that was nicely tapped in by Nemeth. And the width in the team, obviously, like I say, is created by these wing backs, and you saw a brilliant example of it there. Van der Bremt just gets wide down that side, slides the ball across, and Nemeth is there to say thanks very much, I'll just tap that in. And well, we've had 1 shot, 1 on target, scored a goal, and you can't get better than that. Well, there you go. You see now, Nemeth, this is the game telling me that something's not quite right. We're not gelling very well. Nemeth, having scored the goal there, a ball slid forward for him, and he doesn't control it and loses it. But Farai now through there, and Müller does get a hand on that. The Schalke goalkeeper has gone out for a corner, and the corner now is going to be, I'm doing set pieces myself. Anything could happen with this. And we throw the corner in there, near post, in swinger. 2 shots, 2 on target, an XG of 0.86. But we do seem to have quelled the Schalke spirit at the beginning of the game. Just before half-time now, you generally do get a highlight just before half-time. So we're playing the ball out from the back now, and Van der Bremt there to Ramos back to Van der Bremt. Van der Bremt now, he'll be lucky if he gets down that side, to be honest, and he has given the ball away. Going to try and come down that side. We have lost the ball. Can we get a tackle in? Yes, we can. Meffert now. Meffert just stumbles and gives the ball away again. So I think at the moment what I'm seeing is that we're not gelling particularly well, and probably to be expected. I'm not unduly worried at the moment, but we're not gelling well at all. A lot of the players are stumbling, giving the ball away, just not switched onto a pass. But again, like I say, we're just before half-time now. Can we keep that ball out of the back of the net? Come on, referee. Blow your whistle. Blow your whistle, ref. Ref, blow your whistle. And a save there from Fernandes, and that should be the first half done. And it is. So I think I'm going to say relax and play the rest of this match with freedom and confidence in yourselves, and let's see whether we can get some kind of positive reaction from that. And the second half gets underway with a highlight straight from the kick-off. So Ambrosius now to Meffert. Mulheim. Mulheim is going to do what with this? Ambrosius now. And we seem to be at walking pace. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Just have to forgive me there. I've just been fiddling around with the... I forgot to do all of the... I forgot to do like key highlights and match speed and all of that. I've just been fiddling around with those. Hopefully it'll run a little bit smoother now. But anyway, Schalke, 5 shots, only 1 on target. Quite a low XG, but we've not been doing that much better if I'm honest. So Ambrosius now picks the ball up at the back again, and we are set to play out from the back. And that ball has been lost. It's going to be one of those games, I think. We've lost the ball again. We've given it away again. A tackle there doesn't come off. I'll be surprised if Schalke don't score here. And the ball's in the back of the net, although the flag is up. So maybe that's going to get disallowed. Will it go to VAR? I'm not quite sure. It is going to VAR. The linesman did have his flag up and it has been disallowed. So we do get away with one there. And it's back to 1-0 to Hamburg. And I don't really think we need to see that again. Yes, he was marginally offside. Plenty of highlights in this game now. Schalke with the throw, and that's been given as a penalty, so it looks like we are going to give a goal away here unless our goalkeeper can perform some heroics. And it has gone to VAR. Penalties awarded. I knew it would be. And Schalke have actually looked quite lively in the game. They've looked a lot livelier than we have. And that is into the top corner. Fernandez is beaten and it's 1-1. 75 minutes on the clock, 3 changes. Oliveira has come on as the right wing back. He's a 19-year-old right wing back, so he's coming on. The lad who was on Van der Kempt, was it? Van der Bremt. He looking very tired. Heyer has come on at the back for Ambrosius, and he is not really a centre back, but he's 6'1". We do need a little bit of cover in there, and who was it who went off? Ambrosius, like I say, very tired. And the young kid Wiper has come on up front, so let's see if we can he can nick a goal. It's about 15 minutes of the game left now, and it's looking like this might run out to a draw, which to be honest wouldn't be a bad result for our first game, or my first game. But we do come back to a highlight. About 10 minutes of the game left now. Race there to Wiper. Wiper now is going to do what with this? Slides it inside. Oliveira, the young kid. And that very nearly was 2-1. And we just couldn't make it count. Back to another highlight. Very near the end of the game now. A looped ball over the top. And our keeper is going to come out. Fernandez, sweeper keeper style. And he passes it to Mulheim. Mulheim now. Back to Heyer, the new lad who's come on. Mulheim. Can we get a winner in the last few minutes of this game? Mulheim now slides the ball inside. Glatzel slides it into Wiper. And Wiper misses. Oh my word. That could have made it 2-1. And I'm sure now we're going to run into these 4 minutes of time added on. It is full time. It's a disappointing result, really. It's 1-1. And I think I'm going to let the lads know that I'm not really happy. We should have won that game. And as you know, I don't let up in, team talks. If I think that we played badly, they get to know about it. So, first game under our belt, and do need to go away now. Just alter 1 or 2 things and just see if we can... just make that little bit of an alteration that will make us into a bit of a slicker outfit. So anyway, we'll see you in the dugout for the next game. Well, welcome along to the 33,000 capacity. There's too many B's in there. BBB Bank Wild Park. And it's the home of Karlsruhe SC. And it's an unchanged team today. So we have Fernandez in goal, back 3 of Ambrosius, Hua, Ramos, the 2 wing backs. Moheim and Van der Bremt, who had a great game in the last game. Mehert and Rice in the middle. Ferrari is just behind the 2 strikers, Glatzel and Nemeth. And we do have the new left wing back in now, Schumacher. He's not coming as the greatest player. He's about 2.5 star with the potential to be 3.5, but he is only going to be playing backup. But 10 minutes on the clock, we do get a corner, and Glatzel there, you would think he would get his head to that ball and head it in the right direction, but he didn't. So the colour clash here is awful, and we're playing in a... the ball's in the back of the net, and Van der Brent there follows up his man of the match performance in our first game with a goal in the second game after 10 minutes. Van der Brent puts us 1-0 up. And that is very, very nice indeed. So Mulheim there, like I was saying, I thought that, nice goal that one. The colour clash today is going to be pretty awful. We're playing in like a dark blue-black kit, and the opposition are playing in a dark blue kit. So, hey! And I was just saying about Glatzel there, that he wasn't getting his head onto things, and Glatzel gets up to Mulheim's corner, heads the ball in the back of the net, and within 13 minutes, we're 2-0 ahead. I mean, maybe it was being a little bit unfair on Glatzel. I've only seen him for like one game in 10 minutes, so... But just that first corner that came in, he did get up to the ball, but he didn't head it in the right direction. But anyway, you know me. I'm a tough manager. Okay, we're back now, and it's... I can't even remember the name of the team now. I don't know. I can't remember now. But anyway, the opposition have got the ball. Nebel now. Nebel with the ball coming forward. He's going to have a shot straight over the bar. And if they want to keep doing that for the rest of the game, then that's absolutely fine by me. And it's Karlsruhe. I still won't remember that. Another 10 minutes and I've forgotten it again. Anyway, we're playing the ball around the back now, and we do need to put in a much slicker performance in this game. Let's not give the ball away. I have tweaked one or two things. I've tweaked the attacking width, and I've tweaked... I'm very nearly the third. I've tweaked quite a few things, let's put it that way. So let's just see if that makes a difference. And at the moment, it does seem to be doing. So corner now. Farai is putting this ball in. And Glatzel gets his head to the ball again, just outside the post. I think Glatzel's going to be a bit of a weapon from corners. So just before half-time, and we do get the obligatory highlight. And that first game against Schalke, obviously I'm new to German football, so when I had a look at the media prediction, Schalke are actually predicted to go up as champions. Nemeth, ball's in the back of the net, no linesman's flag, we're 3-0 up before half-time, and this is beautiful German football at its best. 3-0 up. I don't know whether it's the fact that we're playing kind of a low-level team or a lower-level team, or whether the tweaks I've made, but Nemeth there breaks away and scores our third goal, and surely the points are in the bag now, aren't they? Surely they are. But yeah, like I say, Schalke are tipped to go up as champions. So maybe a 1-1 for the first game of the season. Not a bad result. And this time, when the lads play well, they're going to get a pat on the back. That's as good a first half as I think you're likely to see. Two changes at half-time, and Mulheim was looking ill-disciplined. So this is a new lad that's come in, a Schumacher. Very determined player. He can play all down that side. He's actually a winger, really. But to be quite honest, with the setup that we've got, really, those wing backs are wingers. So I think he should do all right for us. So he's come on, and then I brought this lad has been out injured, and so he's come back today on a fitness. I'm going to give him 45 minutes. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name. It's Dennis Hadzikadunik. I think I'm going to have to give him a nickname. In fact, I think we're probably just going to call him Dennis. There we go. From here on forward, he's going to be called Dennis. I'm going to have enough trouble with all these German names as it is, so he's called Dennis. Okay, we're into the second half. We've had 7 shots, 4 on target, an XG of 1.06. So I think the tweaks that I've made are working at the moment. 71 minutes, and we come back to another highlight. So Schumacher there. Oh! And that would have been a lucky goal if it had gone in, but a little bit of a rebound there over the bar. 76 minutes, 2 more changes. So we have gone to our second tactic now. We don't need to bust a gut in this game. We were up 3-0. Wiper has come on as the lone striker, and Heyer has come on. We brought him on as a centre-back in the last game, but he's come on in his preferred position as a DM in this game. About 15 minutes left now, and it looks to me like we are coasting. Although the opposition now 9 shots, 3 on target. They've actually come back into this game really well. Can we hold on till the end of the game? A nice clean sheet would be brilliant. We do get that clean sheet. That's a very impressive away win. 3-0, and well, onward and upward. And that's about as good a win as you're likely to see. With 2 games played, you can't really look at the league at this set stage of the season, but we have got 4 points and we're in 4th place. Everybody's played the 2 games, so hopefully we can hold that position and then just, you know, move up the league and try and get those one of those 2 automatic promotion spots. And with the board requirement being, well, promotion to the Bundesliga, I'm not quite sure what happens if I don't actually manage that in this first season. If I don't, I may get sacked, and that wouldn't be very good for a 1-club save. So, well, I need to go away, keep tweaking these tactics, maybe sign 1 or 2 more players, and, well, let's get automatic promotion for Hamburg in my first season. That would be brilliant. We'll see you next time.